Recorded Books presents Beverly Hills Noir, Crime, Sin, and Scandal in 90210 by Scott Huver, narrated by Donald Corrin. I like it here because you can live a normal life, just like they do in Topeka. Groucho Marx. In many respects, Beverly Hills is a place where the unique is commonplace and the bizarre is routine. Walter Winchell. This is the cleanest and nicest police car I've ever been in my life. This thing's nicer than my apartment. Eddie Murphy as Axel Foley in Beverly Hills Cop. In Beverly Hills, the faster you climb, the harder you fall. Brandy Glanville. Introduction. How many people who came to the Brown Derby today dreamed they'd be having lunch in the Beverly Hills Pokey? Alfred Hitchcock. It was September 24, 1956, in Beverly Hills, California, and Alfred Hitchcock was in custody at the police station, fingerprinted, photographed, and accused of having gotten away with murder. On a midday Monday, a collection of journalists had assembled at the Brown Derby restaurant, not the iconic hat-shaped original eatery several miles east, nor the ritzier, higher-profile locale at Hollywood and Vine, world-famous for its all-star array of diners, walls overloaded with classy celebrity caricatures, and flashbulbs popping outside. Launched in 1931, the Beverly Hills Brown Derby was the chain's third outpost, anchoring the intersection of Wilshire Boulevard and Rodeo Drive, a decade before the dawn of that street's high-fashion heyday, but still plenty swank, across the street from the world-class Beverly Wilshire Hotel. While upholding the elegant aesthetic and elite cuisine standards of its seen and be-seen Hollywood sister site, the Beverly Hills berth offered a more informal experience, where wealthy and famous locals could take a step back from the spotlight and enjoy a relaxed meal alongside their neighbors, especially on Thursday evenings, known locally as the Maid's Night Off. From its earliest days, that's what defined Beverly Hills: glitzy, luxurious, and sometimes over the top, but also offering a cozy small-town ambiance. Even in the middle of the day, the city's casually starry cachet was on display as the newshounds spied Betty Grable, the plucky actress and pin-up queen whose shapely gams adorned every military barracks during the Second World War, dabbing at her salad plate in the main dining room. But on this day, reporters had been summoned to lunch by an equally distinctive silhouette, Alfred Hitchcock, who'd earned his title as the master of suspense several times over. In the previous 4 years, he'd delivered an astonishing succession of ingeniously inventive, gloriously cinematic thrillers: Strangers on a Train, Dial M for Murder, Rear Window, To Catch a Thief, The Trouble with Harry, and The Man Who Knew Too Much, which would keep audiences on the edges of their seats for generations to come. The British-born director, then 57, had also planted his flag in the newly emerging medium of television a year prior, with the successful launch of his anthology series Alfred Hitchcock Presents, which aired Sunday nights on CBS and featured cleverly plotted standalone stories in Hitchcock's pitch-black style: mysteries, dramas, and thrillers marked by an unexpected twist. Along with occasionally directing episodes, he lent his familiar, portly profile to the show's logo and hosted morbidly amusing wraparound segments, making him inarguably the most widely famous and recognizable film director of his day. Hitch, as he was known to friends and colleagues, had invited the press to celebrate the debut of his series' second season 6 days hence. An avid Epicurean, Hitchcock spent many a mealtime in Beverly Hills, making the quick drive from his long-time estate on nearby Bel Air's Bellagio Road to savor the cuisine at a host of local hotspots. He was right at home at Chasen's, Romanoff's, and, of course, the Brown Derby. Alongside his frequent collaborator Joan Harrison, who'd contributed to the screenplays of his 40s-era films Rebecca, Foreign Correspondent, Suspicion, and Saboteur, twice Oscar-nominated for her efforts, and served as a producer of Alfred Hitchcock Presents, Hitchcock disarmed the press that day with his formalized, distinctively droll and deadpan demeanor. He opined on various topics, outwitting and outmaneuvering audience members overly fixated on using moronic logic to point out plot holes, and the nature of a MacGuffin, the sort of story-motivating but hazily defined plot device, the thing everybody is after, he'd later become celebrated for in film studies. The reporters scribbled notes as the efficient...
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.